Hi, welcome to everyone to a new episode of Mate Café. It will be, the translation will be something like between mate and coffee. Okay.
We have to say that this interview is gonna be in English because this person that is in front of us is from Philippines, and we have to speak in English with her. That is gonna be
We don't know Philippine and she doesn't know Spanish, so
so that's gonna be in English. It's gonna be a bit complicated for us, but we are gonna figure it out.
yeah, it's a challenge. Well, so we can introduce the person we invited today. She's a friend of us, and she's Kaizel. As we said before, she's from Philippines, but she's been here in Australia for a long time. How many years?
Since 2013, so December.
wow.
So it will be 11 years,
Oh,
12 years. Yeah.
wow. And yeah, we wanted to invite you here because I think you have a really interesting life, like his story.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you've been passing through a lot of like challenges in your life. Starting for how would you introduce yourself in a few words? Like how would you define yourself to the audience?
Well, whenever I meet people, like new people, I would say, yeah, I'm Kaizel. I'm a yoga teacher. I now am a mom of 3-year-old, and I'm from Philippines, and I've been in Australia for 12 years, and I can say I really, really love the country because there are job opportunities that we don't have in the Philippines, and usually meeting people is a challenge for me as well. But whenever the people that I meet would like somehow open me up, then I'm somehow going for it. So I could be introvert in some ways, but also extrovert in some ways. But it's good to always come out in the comfort zone because growing up, I have this, comfort zone. I'm like, no, I'm so scared to go out and open. Yeah.
I feel you when you said you feel really introvert and extrovert at the same time because I feel I am like that.
I think most people are. It depends on the environment. So if let's say you met a friend or like common friends, and they somehow like they take interest of you, then you kind of like allow yourself to open up. Not so much personal, because you also don't want to be personal. That is also something I learned, because some people will be like, oh like we're already talking personal, we just met. So
Yeah, nice.
How started the idea to come to Australia? Why did you decide to come here and, for example, not to another country? Related to that question as well, I would like to ask you about how you deal with the different culture in comparison with your country, because I think it's more Eastern culture and this one is more Western culture. So it's more, for example, the life is more expensive. The lifestyle is completely different. I think I never been in Philippines, but I think that could be different. Huh? So yeah.
Well, I'll start off with sharing you that I've also worked in Singapore for 6 months, and I was 21 years old at that time, and I wasn't really, really serious with the job, to the point that I lost my visa because there was the probation, and I did not complete that probation, so they fired me. And then so I came back home to Philippines after 6 months, and then just looking for jobs endlessly, or just having fun, meeting new friends and dating, crazy stuff. And so it never crossed my mind to come to Australia, because usually Filipinos would go to Singapore, to America, Canada. even some in Hong Kong, you know. Never crossed my mind to come to Australia. And then I met my partner, and then we started dating. And my partner wanted to come to Australia on a working holiday visa. And I'm like, what was a working holiday visa? Because later I found out we are not eligible to get a working holiday visa. So anyway,
You don't have working holiday in Philippines. Oh.
no. I think now, I've heard rumors about it, but I'm not sure if they launched it. I don't know if they approved that.
No.
But we have a working holiday in New Zealand, but that's like only 100 people. So if you're lucky, you'll get a chance to enter New Zealand. Anyway, so my partner was ready to go to Australia because he got the working holiday visa. So we were separated for 2 months, and we kept in contact. And then suddenly, okay, let's go. I will also go to Australia, and on a tourist visa. And we haven't been together that long, so it's kind of like risky. So when I arrived to Australian immigration, they questioned me a lot. So, for example, who are you visiting in Australia, and are you still working in Philippines? So I had to show my ID, or like what do you call this, unemployment certificate, something like this, that they're allowing me to leave for this time frame. And then also a letter from my partner supporting me during my trip. And I also have like pocket money. So all that. So I was maybe questioned for 20 minutes, and my partner on the other side waiting for me was worried already. But eventually I entered. And then every 3 months of visa, I was eligible to renew it for another 3 months or another 2 months until we applied for student visa for him. And then I was under his visa. And then eventually he found a sponsorship. And then I was also under sponsorship. And now we are permanent residents. And and we couldn't apply for citizenship yet because the rules now, you have to not be away no more than 3 months. So if you're away more than 3 months, then you go back to zero, because you need to be here 5 years to include. If let's say we didn't go out for more than 3 months, even the time that I was here on a tourist visa, it will still count. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe, because every year the rules changes. So
So there was a long way until this time, and I feel that it was a bit tricky and hard for you. It's been
away from my family. And then also we were advised once by someone, like my partner knew him, that never leave the country until you were able to get a proper visa. So we were on student visa. Even that, we really pursue to get sponsored. So when he received, or we received the sponsorship from it used to be 457, and I don't think there's still 457. I think they changed the numbers. They always change the numbers. And then
I don't know, I get lost because Australia is just full of rules and laws. I think you need to study a degree to understand
even that.
everything.
Actually, even that, they changed the rules where after the student visa, you can renew it, and now it's not anymore. In certain skills, you just need to go to graduate visa. Well, fortunately, we didn't have to do that. We were able, or he was able, because of his skills, to get sponsored. And then, okay, that's already the start, because 2 years within that sponsorship, you are eligible to get permanent residency without the employer already. But because through the employer, that is possible.
Wow. Well, after all that difficulties, I'm glad that you are now, you guys, as a family, in a more stable situation.
More even stable, because our son is citizen. Because he was.
That's a good point. And related to your son, the family you just created, I wanted to ask you about traveling. because I know you are a traveler lover. You love to visit different countries to learn about different cultures around the world. But I am curious. I would like to know, I would like you to share to us about how do you deal with traveling with a small kid?
Mm.
I am curious because I think it must be challenging maybe sometimes, and you must learn so many things, so many lessons about that kind of experiences. So if you want to share your point of view of traveling with your family.
Of course, of course. It's still challenging. Just for everyone to know, it's still challenging because every day is like new things to learn. But so I'll start maybe by sharing as well that when I was studying university, I studied tourism management. And then the first day of the class in my freshman year, the teacher asked, why why do you want to study tourism? And I remember my answer, to travel. And I didn't know at the end of the school year and after the 4 years of the course of study, we could either work in a hotel and restaurant, just hotel receptionist, or like booking travel agents at the travel agencies, booking tours, tour operators, becoming flight attendant. So okay, I want to become a flight attendant. And if some Filipinos watching this, I know that most Filipinos, that's the dream job, to become a flight attendant, to wear this like very girly uniform, and at the same time professional, and like you can attract any men with it. So I would become a flight attendant, but it didn't really happen because of my height, and then there are certain requirements, and with the height as well, you need to be able to like close the cabin above you. So anyway, I'm like, okay, it's never gonna happen. And then again, I want to keep on saying that it's because of my partner, because he really got me out from my comfort zone, and he really gave me the passion to travel. Maybe the passion is already within me, but he really opened me up to see the world. And you know the song, The Whole New World, and then like I'll take you to places you've never seen. Maybe it's the wrong lyrics, but I don't know if you've heard of it. So yeah, it's really interesting so the time that we had our sponsorship from the employer, we went to travel to Thailand, and it's really amazing. There were challenges, of course, because I want to go to this hotel, and then the other one's like, no, it's expensive, we want to go to another one. So even now, even when we were traveling with our son, especially with our son, we need to choose the one with king bed if we want to sleep all together, because queen is tighter and he is tall, and sometimes he puts his knees really like in the space. I'm like, put your knee away, and it kind of wake him up. So I'm like, so we need a bigger bed, otherwise we need to have a cot. So it's always like this preparation and like requesting beforehand. And we've also experienced where, especially in Turkey, we couldn't find a proper hotel. And this is how actually we travel. We either not book, like we know that if we book it, we can still cancel it so that we don't lose the money. Or we go to that place and then see it for ourselves if it's a suitable hotel room, because sometimes it's not showing the real one in the photos. Does that make sense? Like when you go to that hotel room, you think, oh, it's outdated. How come it's not matching? So we're always get disappointed. So we had this idea where, okay, we're not going to book first. We'll go there and then see it. If we like it, we book it, or we pay cash. And usually when you pay cash, it's even cheaper because you get discounts. Yeah. And then he's how he deals with with hotel rooms, especially if we want to stay longer. Yeah, that's also one thing. If we're traveling with a kid, I don't want to stay one night here and there. We would at least stay three days and maximum 1 week or 2 weeks. And then if we stay 1 week, we make a deal. Okay, we're gonna stay for this amount of time. Can you give us a discount? So instead of, let's say, paying 30 euros, we'll pay 25 euros. Yes, and
So many tricks you're giving to us.
yes,
Take notes, guys.
Traveler.
Yeah.
yeah, and he really knows because he was a traveler. He's been to many countries, and then like this trip that we just did, it was 1 year and a half, just to be exact, and we've been to 15 countries, and those 15 countries he had maybe 10 of them he had never been, because he always say, I've already been to, let's say, Egypt, you know, I don't want to go there again, but maybe in the future, but let's go to countries where I've never been and you have never been, so we both explore it. Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
And now, I'd like to ask you about how changed your life when you become a mother. You created this family, and yeah, because I think that is gonna be more difficult when you have to, I don't know, look after someone. So you have to deal with the stress, with the I don't want to say bad things about the kids. Yeah, but yeah, I think you can have new problems or obviously
Challenges.
new challenges. Yeah, new challenges. So yeah, how you deal with that?
I'd like to think that I'm a person who is preparing for what's coming, but also, even now I'm saying it and hearing I said it, it doesn't really align with, because we studied yoga and say, no, just be present, like this is the now, so enjoy it, don't look at the future, like. But somehow mothers, once become a mothers, and even women, I won't generalize it, but most women would like prepare themselves for what's gonna happen. So for example, maybe this is the usual scenarios, but because I cannot think right now what would be the scenario. But for example, okay, I'm going outside. I'll look at the weather. Okay, I'm gonna get the umbrella, for example. Okay, how long we're gonna stay there? Because my partner's always like prolong the stay, for example, at the beach. Okay, then might as well prepare some snacks, because Rafael will get hungry. Okay, might as well get like a mat. Maybe if he's going to sleep, then at least I'm prepared. So, all these things, because I don't want to be in that situation where, okay, then we have to go because it's going to rain. So it's just, yeah, that's how I deal with challenges, I guess. And some people, I wouldn't say my partner, but maybe most of the times my partner will be like, don't worry about it. We'll just go with the flow. I mean, it's a good, what do you call this, advice, because it's true, we need to go with the flow. But then if you have a kid traveling with you, or like if you are on the road, you need to be prepared sometimes, especially with snacks, because everywhere we go, everywhere we travel, to from point A to B, we rent a car. And then he was less than 2 years old at that time, and he wanted to be entertained. So I was in the back seat, and if he's crying all the time, my partner couldn't focus driving. So it's a good thing in Thailand there are 7-Elevens every every, I don't know, like 100 meters. And then like, okay, let's stop over and get this edamame, because it's easy. It's 15 baht, I don't know, $1.50, and then they just put it in the microwave. And then there you go, that's a snack. And then Raphael stops crying. That's it. Yeah. But it's hard for him, like, I'm getting dizzy now, let's stop over, let's just relax, maybe stay here for a few hours.
But how old is he?
He's now 3 years and 3 years and a half, I would say. Yeah. So next year he'll be 4. Yeah, it's a challenge right now because he's always saying like no, or sometimes he's in the mood to be with mama, or sometimes he's in the mood with papa, and like, no mama, no, go away. But it's cute, but it gives me an opportunity to, okay, next few years he's gonna be, he's gonna grow and slowly be away from your zone. So I want to spend more time with him, even though he goes to the daycare 3 days a week. So the 2 days that he's not going to daycare, I want to spend time with him.
Yeah, enjoy this time.
Yeah, that's a really good point of view. Like to be present as a yogi, because it's not just about to practice yoga, but to become to become like a lifestyle, like to be present, like in every yeah to yeah to be present in every situation in life, even when it's challenging or you would like to make your kid to be quiet, so you quickly. That's I feel that some parents just use the easy way.
Yeah, that is the thing. No, you know what he needs. No,
Yeah, no, I mean, because I feel that sometimes in this society, because you want your kid not to bother you, you use the easy way and you give to them the iPad or the phone. So, okay, you are fine, the kid is happy, everyone is happy.
But sometimes you have to deal when they want something that they see like a candy, or they want to get something from the store. You have to buy it, like it's, but that way you can stop that he stop crying. But yeah, that is not the way sometimes. No,
We actually don't tolerate these examples. Actually, we don't. We are surprised because our son is not like that. So whenever we go to the store, even they're like, "Oh, Bluey, can I have Bluey?" It's like, we don't have money, so we go. I mean, we would surprise him, but not on that day. Like, usually they say, I've read or I've watched some videos about it, that you don't give them reward because they have to do something on that particular situation. So, okay, if you do this, I give you this. So, the advice would be like, once you see that they've done something good, let's say for the 3 days, then you say like, okay, since you've been good, we go get some ice cream or we get this Bluey. You surprise them, something like that, but not on that particular situation where they're crying and crying just to get what they want. And we don't tolerate this. And then also going out for dinner, just to have me and my partner peace to eat and then give him iPad, we never do because we never have iPad anyway. We have phones, but we never also do because I've seen parents do that. Even like when we were walking on the esplanade and then the baby or the toddler was on the pram with the phone, I'm like, okay, no, it's not okay. I don't want to question these parents because, of course, maybe they've tried. But looking or comparing to how we handle Raphael, it's different. Me, sorry. Me, I would just let him cry. For example, after the daycare, when he comes home, he wants another. So I gave him carrot. Like one carrot, like cut in 4 slices, and then he wants another one. But I'm actually preparing for dinner, so I would say no. We're going to eat soon, so stay here, and then distract him pretty much. Direct his attention with something, and then he will forget about it. Worst case scenario, we would put him on TV. It's a 1 hour long, but then I'm like, okay, this is already like 30 minutes long. So we would fast forward it and then say, okay, 5 minutes, and then we finish. No, but the TV is not finished. Then we would fast forward it until just 5 minutes left. And then he kind of like realized that, okay, it's Fifi. Actually, how he says finish is Fifi. Okay, it's Fifi, and then turn it off. So that's his like,
It's a good treat.
yeah. That's good. Like, no, we were happy. We're happy with how, we deal with him.
Yeah, that's a really good point of view because you are teaching your kid how to deal with the frustrations, some values that the kid sooner than later is gonna need to handle in life.
Yeah.
Because in life we need to deal with frustration, all that negative emotions. So good job.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying. Still learning,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think we are all learning about life. We don't know how to live. Like, yeah, we don't know how to be parents. So I think we're all are figuring out.
Mm.
And yeah, and changing to another theme, I will also talk about yoga.
Okay.
Because you are a really good yoga teacher. We were lucky we've been in some of your yoga classes, and I think you are a really good professional. And I would like to know how you found yoga, or how yoga found you, because sometimes that the practice just come to you in your life.
I found yoga. I don't know if yoga found me, but it's mostly like, yeah, I would say I found yoga during our travel, and that was before COVID. And then we were in Koh Samui, Thailand, in Thailand, and I attended this class, and the teacher was half Swedish, half Thai, and I was really inspired how she teaches, and it's calming. And then, like, like together, take a nice deep breath in, and it's like you kind of like, doing like you're in a trance mode, and then like, oh, I like actually. The feeling of it, but at the same time, I want that body because yeah, she's really fit. And then so even in general, no, like all the beginners would be saying I'm not flexible, or I'm not a good fit, or like their goal to do yoga is to have that physical fit. And then so every day I practice after that. So that was my first class, and it really inspired me, not to teach yet, but to practice more. So we continued traveling in Europe, let's say in Italy, and then I was on YouTube for 30 minutes because that's the only time I could handle. And that one was like an hour and a half, like traditional. It says the beginners, but it was really full on. So I'm like, okay, hooked. So I did it every day. And then COVID came, and we were in Netherlands for 6 months. Actually 3 months originally, and then we had to stay longer. And then I deepened my practice, like 2 hours every day, doing my first headstands, and then doing my pincha, like forearm stands, progressing to handstand. Before I was able to do it, but after becoming a mother, those postures were removed from my practice slowly, because like I'm not sure if how my core handled it, because even during pregnancy or after pregnancy, that area of my body we affected. Yes. So anyway, I after being in Netherlands for 6 months, we had to come back to Australia, and then I studied yoga online. So my 200 hours, and then I started thinking, okay, I want to teach. Really want to teach. So I finished my 200-hour online when we arrived in Palm Cove in far north Queensland, and then I started what they call this, promoting myself, like getting all these brochures posted somewhere, and then do a pop-up or did a pop-up yoga. So donation, you can give me $5 minimum, and however, but usually they paid me $5. And then I would have like 3 students at a time, maximum 6. So it was really like rewarding to teach students, especially for beginners, or like just to be known to the community. And then there's a yoga teacher who is teaching in Palm Cove, and then she referred me to Port Douglas. There's a yoga on the beach, Port Douglas. And then I had 25 students. That was the most students that I had, but it's not really like a regular students. They're like people come and go, and then some like, oh my god, I really like the feeling. So then I continued, and then it stopped for a while, then continued again. Even during my pregnancy, I was teaching at the gyms, covering classes. So it really didn't stop me, because I want to be able to continue commitment, with my teaching. Because otherwise, if I lose it, especially confidence speaking in public, and that was my weakness growing up. And then because now I'm teaching yoga, the confidence level really boosted. So that's because of yoga. So somehow, thanks to yoga, that my self-esteem and confidence level speaking in public really boosted. So yeah, and it really helped me a lot during pregnancy, because also even the exercises didn't help me because I had C-section in the end, because they said that it will widen that area, but because I'm Asian, I'm petite, it didn't happen because he was big. But mentally, I was able to cope with the pain, and it was really, they were really surprised. Even like during labor, I was like not really like crying or really in pain. I was like breathing it out, and I even remember it. So it really, really helped, the yoga.
Wow.
No, nice story.
Oh, one more thing I want to add. And because of yoga, I met Miri. I met very, very nice teachers and became friends. So yoga is really a community to connect with other yoga teachers. So
Yeah, it's not only about the physique, future. It's correct. It's not only about that. It's not only about your mind. It's connect with other. So yeah, that's good. It's all the pack. It's not only for one reason.
yes.
It's not just for flexibility to become stronger, because I think we all always start in that world of yoga, because we see a teacher and then we are like, oh, I want to be that flexible, or I want to do that asana or handstand. But at the end, the reason why we stay in the practice is because of all the benefits, like mentally. It gives to us like a peace of mind, and also it brings us a lot of lovely people.
Yeah, yes. I agree to that. Yeah. And with regards to mentally as well, because it can be very loaded for mothers. So 1 hour of the day that I dedicate the practice, I was like, oh, I feel like Kaizel again, like my previous identity, like well, I wouldn't say I'm not calm anymore, but at least I find that 1 hour a day in my daily routine to have that peace. Yes, so I'm very happy. At least, because a lot of people would say, oh, you're a yoga teacher, you're Zen all the time.
Yeah.
It's not always the case. I do find 1 hour a day to be Zen. Yeah, so just to be clear with that. And some yoga teachers are struggling with mental breakdown from time to time. There's even a video that I found on
So we all are humans.
yeah, we're not perfect. There was even a video that I found on Instagram saying like I had this emotional breakdown before coming to class, and I was worried. So this person, and then she was worried that she won't be able to hold the class, but somehow it turned out to be okay. And then at the end of the class, that stress went away. You know what I mean? So really helped.
Yeah.
When you were a child, did you think that you are gonna become the person that you are now, or when there's have you ever think about that? Like,
probably not, because okay, it's hard to answer this question.
Yes, but
So yes, yeah. 1 minute later, maybe we can have that, or maybe even 5 minutes later. I think not, because I when I was playing with my friends, I was even saying I wanted to become a teacher, like a different teacher, like education. But somehow, if I wanna align that with what I am now teaching yoga. It's kind of like the same but different. So I think it never crossed my mind to be here in Australia, or it never crossed my mind to be with a foreigner, or not with my own ethnicity. But one thing is for sure, I wanted to become a mom. Yeah, I get emotional because ooh, we cut this one.
It's okay. Oh no, I don't have
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You can just do the first part and then suddenly cut it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Thank you. Okay. Let me breathe in.
Let's make some
Yeah.
yoga here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready. I don't know why. My tear duct is very low. That's what they say. Yeah. Okay. So as a woman, I think part of being a woman is to create something from within me. So I really wanted to become a mom when I was growing, and I said even to myself, I want to become a mom when I was 25. But then I had our son when I was 33, so it's okay. But still, it happened. And then, of course, I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't really think about what's gonna happen, because when I was pregnant, no, at least a year before I got pregnant, people would say, "Will change your life, you won't be able to do." I think you had that question as well. You won't be able to do the things that you've done before. And then it's true, because I found myself at 2 years after the pregnancy, really burnout, and I didn't find any friends. I think after 6 months, so this is within 2 years, and I was breastfeeding, and it was hard to leave Rafael because I didn't want to pump, milk, and then just be able to go out. I was lucky that my mom came here for the first 6 months of no, at least 8 months, and then my partner's mom came here as well, so I had support. But there came to the point that in my head I felt like I didn't have support, maybe because of all the things happening and it's all new to me, and I felt like I didn't have support, so I had really complete breakdown. And then I started becoming friends with moms only. But then my heart feels like I want to become friends with anybody, not just moms. But then if I have to speak about children with people who don't have children, it feels awkward also, because they didn't want to hear all these children, maybe because they also they will feel discouraged to have kids. But with regards to that, I would also say, or an advice, to enjoy what you have at the moment until you really feel that it's the right time. And more especially for women, you're gonna lose your identity, for sure. But whenever you have the chance to get back to, let's say, if you are, still want to do yoga, because right now, for example, I'm going to India for a month, and I'm very thankful for my partner, or grateful for my partner, that he allows me to do it, because we've talked that this is my passion, and this is something that I want to do. And so he not really allowed, because otherwise I would ask permission. No, I mean it's I mean, there's a possibility. So it's important that as a partner, you do
the freedom.
Yes, you have that freedom, and you talked about it when the time comes that you have children. But enjoy the time that you don't have, and especially for a woman, you really need your time when you have the chance. Because I didn't have the chance to travel on my own. Only now.
But it's really nice that even when you decided to have a kid, with all the changes, you are now allowed to do that, like to pursue your dream of traveling. And yeah, I think it's really important, right? When you with your partner to support each other's, to make life easier.
Yes. And most of the times it's not easy. That's why, this 1 hour of yoga really helps. So, okay, maybe that's what it means and it makes sense. But at the same time, you have that courage to express yourself. So, whenever you have that courage, it's always good to have that safe space for you and your partner to talk, or a safe space for you to really express yourself with your friends as well. So, it's always good to have. Even I don't have a large circle of friends. I only have like somehow my sister. So I talk to her most of the time with my problems. Not with my mom. My mom won't understand it, most of it, because she was in a different generation. When I actually told him that I was going to travel, she didn't even want it. But in the end, she was okay with it. Yeah.
Really?
So it was a different. They had different perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. Even the marriage thing, I think she did not really push it, because in our culture, if you're Catholic, you need to get married first before having kids. I'm not sure. Maybe back in the days it was really like tradition. But she did not have anything to say, so it was very nice of her. Yeah, she didn't push for the marriage.
And following with the advices, just to finish the interview, I think is good timing. What advice did you give? Sorry, would you give to your younger self, or for us as well? Not only just when you become father or mother, because that is good advice, but in general, for your story or all the things that you lived, what kind of advice you can give us?
I think what I would advise to my younger self, and to everyone watching, I've recently, so before I get to that, I've recently watched a movie. It's called My Oxford Year on Netflix. And then I remember, it's not the exact words, but I'm just gonna try to rephrase it. It's something like, how would you know if you make the right decisions or wrong decisions until you make it? So that means until you make it, you would know that, yeah, I made the wrong decision, but at least you've tried it. So I think try whatever crosses your mind. Of course, you have that space, alone to, reflection, contemplate, to really think, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But even, when I was deciding to go to India, I was like, no, I'm gonna go to India. And then I delayed it, and then I finally realized, no, I'm going. Then I booked a flight.
And you have feelings, so that is the thing I reckon. Because when you have the feeling that is that for you, so you just follow the feeling.
Yeah,
The intuition.
the calling, like that. So if I would advise my younger self, I would have done so many things already in the past. But, now I'm in the present, and that's because of the past. I am here somehow. So, but I would also say, like, travel, even just for on your own. And recently Jennifer sent me a reel that when you travel alone, it's a different energy than traveling with, let's say, your partner, because you'll have all these challenges, during the travel, and then you are contradicting to what is best, hotels wise or food wise, like, no. So it's good to travel on your own, and I'm gonna do that in November. So I'm still young. So maybe I fast forward 10 years, then I said, no, I've actually told that to my 36-year-old self. So yeah.
Okay, good. So we are coming to the end of the interview. So for the last thing you said, is basically for the people that is watching us, for your younger self, for everyone, to be more encouraged, to say yes to life, right? To don't be so afraid of making mistakes, because we're going to learn a lot from that. And for me, that's all. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure to have an interview with you. Do you want to say the last words?
Yeah, hopefully you felt comfortable with the interview, because I think that maybe my words in English are not perfect. I know that because my pronunciation is not the best. But yeah, I really like the interview. I have to say that. You are a very interesting person with very interesting life. You gave us really good advices for the life. We are not parents yet, but we are gonna be in the future probably. So we need these words when for manage this in the future. So thank you for that. Thank you for open to tell your story. And
Well,
yeah.
thank you for trusting me and allowing me to open. I mean, like, even though there are cameras here, I'm looking at you, so it kind of like distract me. So I really feel comfortable. Yeah, or it really felt comfortable. So it's okay. It's if like we're just talking. I never thought, because it's my first time, and yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it went well. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching us. This is our first interview in English, so I feel proud of our
very proud, and hopefully it's not gonna be the last one.
Yeah. Okay, so hope you're having a beautiful week, and see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I was gonna say muchas gracias as well. Yeah. Muchas gracias. Hola.
Thank you so much.